Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh.
Double honors to our elder apostles as well as the elder bishops who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there wishing this word and truth, sincerity, and indeed. We are a branch of Great Millstone, Chicago. Report live in the belly of the beast. Another Saturday with Samoa. To the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Lord, talk to him. Gladly. Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before the evolved prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
There it is. You know, and the men that are truly sign of crime are primarily the men of the Great Millstone. You got these other caps out there not even bringing out real issues. Or focusing on, you know, what type of woman that Jake is struggling. If she ain't a nigga, right? You know, the camp that's notorious for the lack. You know, the white man this, the white man that.
I can hold it.
Yeah,
You want me to hold it? You don't care?
right.
Or you,
If you ain't smoking weed, we don't know what you're doing with you, but them must be legal.
Yeah, the water.
There's ones that serve a nigga, and they do. Alright? We don't even need to say their name. Bring out your scripture.
And they're going into what the elder was just saying. Hey, you trying to tell people what to do between the man and his woman. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 18. There be three things which are too wonderful for me, yea, four, which I know not. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a maid. So, hey, it ain't none of your business what another man is doing with his woman, man, or women. No matter what, whether they be a woman of the 12 tribes of Israel or a concubine from the other nations, man, it really don't matter.
Because contrary to that, you know, that cat's belief, you know, an Israelite man can have any woman of his choosing. There's evidence to that with King David. There's a whole law on it. Right? There's a whole law on the subject matter. All right? You know, just to hell with Solomon's 1,000 wives. He had 700 wives and 300 concubines. All right? All right, Solomon was not wicked. He's a man of the Lord. All right? Matter of fact, he was the Lord. When you actually understand who he is biblically, a lot of guys will, that just went over their head. They're talking shit right about them. It went over their head because you don't know. The mysteries weren't given up to you. A lot of you guys in the streets don't belong in the streets teaching. Right?
Man, the scriptures say they ain't have to teach.
Especially on 513. They wax worse and worse. 513. Trying to business dealings that they have going on Esau. Talking all this shit about the white woman, worrying about where Jake put his penis. But you got all kind of, you all in bed with the white man. Exactly. Come on, man. You in bed with them business wives. Come on, man. Left and right. With them charters and all them restrictions you got. Bring it out, brother.
This is Deuteronomy 21:10. And this is the law on when you're dealing with a heathen woman. It says, when thou goest forth to war against thy enemies, and Yahweh thy God hath delivered them into thy hand, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and have a desire to her, that you would have her to thy wife, then shall you bring her home to thy house, and she shall shave her head, pare her nails.
Stop right there. Have you read anything yet that says this only applies only when we're at war? Have you read that yet? Because I haven't read that scripture yet myself. Just in case I missed it. All right, but go ahead and continue.
It says, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity off her, shall remain in thy house, bewail her father and mother a full month, and after that shall you go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife.
There it is, man. So it's a whole law on what to do with people who just captured. It's not Psalms in the 2nd chapter, all about recapture the other nations. I mean, hey, look, somebody go on the fancy phones and pull up thick Romanian women. Put in thick Arab women. And let's see what pops up. And then let's decide whether these guys will be in our power and in our glory. Alright? You know, and read Psalms 2 and 8.
This is the book of Psalms.
Matter of fact, start at verse 1.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 1. Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine the vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves and rulers they counsel together against the Lord Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bonds asunder and their bands asunder, and cast away their glory from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord Yahweh hath said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
Right, so why are they even raging? The heathen are given to our inheritance, meaning as a possession. So all those women that he showed you on the phone are going to be your possession. And I'd like to know which member of the motorcycle gang came to wear all the leather with the spikes and stuff, looking like Legion of Doom. What's that other book I always talk about? Action smash. Demolition. Right? The action to smash. You know? The action smash camp with they black leather on and they, you know, they leather spikes and shit. They much polygamy. You got all this polygamy going on. You just conquered all these heathen nations, right? And you just, these women just gonna walk around, you know, just walking around independent and single in your kingdom. Wherever they dwell at, you know, they got a bunch of independent and single heathen among them.
Right. The point is so stupid because if that's the case, what's the point of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Right? Or y'all heard about man, I guess like man, what about the baby dealings of the law, man?
Well, they don't want to talk about that.
Is that what
MOTV. I was about to say what you said.
you want to talk about man inserting his penis? What about the actual insertion of the MOTV? Right? That's that false doctrine. Even what you're spewing now is false. A man can deal with any heathen woman as long as she is single. Or, hey, like the scripture the brother brought out more. But that doesn't just apply to that. That's why I brought the example of Utah. Right? Abraham, and there was not one of them was popping up other women, man. Right? Matter of fact, he had four of the sons came from heathen women. He wasn't at war with no nation at that time.
So that proves to multiple things that you can have multiple wives. 12 tribes came out of 12 different women. I mean, out of 4 different women. And then 4 of the sons came out of women that were not Israelites, that were not Hebrews. Right? They weren't the same people. Here's the book of Exodus, chapter 21, and verse 9. And if he have betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of God. If he take him another wife, wait, if he does what? If he take him another wife, meaning that he already has a wife or wives, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. So that's 2 things. Okay, so we know that they don't have an issue with you having any wives. We know that part. Right? So we're not going to correct you on that. You know, y'all always screaming about weed and different liquor. Right? You know, and smoking weed is completely going off. Right? That's not biblical. Right now, love to run to that scripture that talks about, you know, the plant mountains, you know, put there for us, one in Genesis. Right? That's not what you're talking about. But it was made for your meat. It was for you to actually eat, to cook or to break down and turn to ointments and oils for healing, not for you to actually inhale something into your lungs. That's a heathenistic custom, right? And if I'm not mistaken, it was Ellen that introduced that to the world, right? With that hookah stuff. Yep, it was also them that introduced dreadlocks,
Sheba Johnson.
right? There wasn't even a Hamite, an African man, right? There was an Elamite. It was Elam that did that.
Hoop school.
Go ahead, get that. No, go back to the Exodus 21 again. Whoever had it.
Exodus chapter 21 and verse 10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish.
Right. So if you took another wife, your first or your other wives cannot be diminished, and it's very plain. All right, that's a very plain scripture. What it's saying is that if you chose to have another one, your other one can't be belittled in any way whatsoever. Her living situation can't decrease just because you want another wife. All right, that's literally what that means. Okay, she still has to get her clothes, her raiment. You still gotta stir her oatmeal, all of her macaroni, whatever the hell you want to call it. You still gotta do all that for her. Right? Because you get the new woman, you get all into her, and you start ignoring, the old woman sitting over there hot and horny, right? Because every night you in the room, you in your quarters with the new wife. No, you gotta take care of your other wives too. Right? Go ahead.
Back to verse 10. If you take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish.
So she can't diminish. That's what the scripture says. Now go to what you want.
I was on the weightier matters of the law.
Go ahead and get it.
Okay, this is Matthew 23:23. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone.
That's what vocab Malone does, man. Them guys is pulling cards from Edomites, right? Start nitpicking subject matters that really aren't that important, and then focusing, starting a whole dialogue and an argument and a 10 series video on some mute points that don't even matter. Disregarding the weightier things, right? We're in the last moments of the last days, and they worried about Israelite men putting their rod in Edomite women.
It's crazy.
Why you with that Edomite? What? Why? Well, maybe because she ain't trying to, take him for everything he damn got. She ain't trying to put some kids on him that ain't his.
Right, bring it out.
She don't run her mouth. As much. Right? Maybe that's why he with her. Maybe he didn't get the STD from her like he did that last chick and needed all that treatment and shit. Right? Because the most polluted women in America right now are so-called black women. Right? And so that's an STD problem in America right? And the women who are the dirtiest out of all the Babylonian women is that queen that y'all love so much. Right? She faster to burn you, to give you the itch or the burn or whatever, faster than any other woman.
And he means all 12 tribes. You fucking stick Latinas and you get out of that. Y'all suck dick, do the same thing, work on that same rod. Y'all on that carousel too. They're just brown horses.
Backing up you out.
Bring it up.
GM6, Hebrews 6 and 9. It says, but beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak. So that's all we should be speaking about, is things that accompany salvation. Me fucking a heathen woman has nothing to do with that. Alright? But the the MOTB has everything to do with salvation.
Everything. And the proper name.
Yep.
Right.
Because you got the Barney Camp, guys in purple. They love me. The Barney Camp. They speak against it. Try to make it something that it's not. You got one captain said the MOTB is sleeping with white people. So you mean to tell me if I'm sleeping with Edom or Ishmael, I don't have the MOTB? But if I ride out an Edomite, I got the MOTB now. That's me sound retarded, man. Wow.
Hey, in Nehemiah, when Jacob was marrying the other nations, but their children were speaking other language, which that was the problem. It wasn't the act of them sleeping with the women of the other nations. It was them forgetting their own heritage. But granted, they really wasn't at war. Jacob was just popping women, just like when Jacob was in Egypt. Let's believe Jacob was popping those Egyptian women, man. All right? That's the story of Jacob.
Jacob got flavor, man.
Genesis 6. All right, the sons of God, what did they do? There you go. So niggas in my spirit to
Jake got flavor, and women are attracted to him.
Jake right, man. Just like the Lord.
Exactly. I've often heard me talk about the garden, right? And how boring the garden would be with only red roses. All right, you want a garden of flowers, you know, you want all the flowers, man. You know, lilies, tulips, you know, you want green, red, white, yellow, pink. You know, you gotta have a garden of only roses. There's something about the nigga woman and roses. But let me let you remember something, man. Roses have thorns on them. So the prettier that flower is, you go to grab it, you go grab the thorns. And that's what it's like often when you're dealing with these Babylonian women, especially the women of the tribes, especially down Southern Kingdom Street.
Right. And you know why that statement is a fact? Because all the jumping on the Israelite so-called black people, the scripture says Israel needs has surpassed the needs of the wicked.
Yeah, because
that includes the women on the side too.
The Northern Kingdom just as bad too. I just heard a story from someone very close to me. A woman that he's been dealing with, she got a daughter that's still of age, young, beautiful, right, untouched, which is almost an anomaly in this type of day and age, right? And the girl got close to him, and you know, was like, "Are you gonna marry my mom?" And so, you know, he had to call him off guard, so they chopped it up. Mom ain't around, and so the little girl likes him so much, she started telling him the truth about her mom. So a lot of things that he suspected that he had no proof of, he found out was true. Right? So it turns out, because she would always say, "Oh, my ex is beat me, this, that, and the other, and you know, now he can't see my daughter, all the stuff he was saying." And basically he ended up telling the girl, "You need to meet your father." And he said, you know, and he told her that no matter what happens between me and your mom, this don't work. He was like, I got your back. I would never throw you under the bus for the things you share with me. I got your back. And if you want to go see your father, I'll spend my money to make sure you can go see your father. And I'm like, that's a brother for you. Right? It was because he has children. He understands this girl needs to be your father. Especially now that he knows that this woman is shit. Because I ain't going to get into the story and drag it on. I talked about it yesterday. But I'll tell you this. Out of vengeance, because she was angry at her father when she was with him. This bitch, I'm going to call her a bitch. This bitch went and fucked his best friend. And then took a selfie of her while she was getting done. And sent it to her. But you only tell the part of the story when he beat your ass.
Right. Right.
Now, you be honest. Did she deserve to get her ass beat? Matter of fact, according to the Bible, she deserved to be put to death.
Right.
Right? If that right there would have happened over in the East right now, with some of them Arabs, you best believe she'd have been stuck in a hole, all right, with a board behind her, and everybody had them big ass, and they were stoned to death. All right? She'd get hit with 500 rocks, which was the other 400 was overkill because she was dead after the first 10, 15. Right? Bring it up.
It's the book of Sirach, that knows Ecclesiastes 25:19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of the woman.
Fuck that.
Let the portion of that sin fall upon her.
All them slow ass niggas.
A bunch of all them alone on the
Keep reading, man. Forget
all
that
these
clown.
slow ass.
Sirach 25 and 19, it says, all weaknesses belong to the weakness of a woman, let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Right, these women out here, hey, things that these women do, hey, it's little to them, man. Hey, committing adultery, they think that, you know, that's sweet.
Well, we live in a society where they get rewarded for this. See, this society rewards adultery. You know, a woman commits adultery, she get your house, a half. She get your pay, your pension. Right? You done worked on this job 20, 30, 40 years, well, however the fuck long you did it. But she gets to get half of your pension. And she the one that bent over for another man. Or was got up somebody else's DNA attached to her brain stem. Right? Wondering why your kids are all tweaking. You gotta check that, because it might not be yours. And that keeps happening a lot as of late. Nigga told me, I heard that some big time porn star with a Pringles can, right? This nigga been raising an 8-year-old girl and found out she wasn't eating. So it don't matter if you giving them daddy long stroke, man. These women gonna step out on it.
Hey, it don't matter.
You know, they want to try something new. Right. It ain't, you can give them a Pringles can, stretch them out real good. They still gonna open their legs for another man.
It don't matter. You could be arguably the best quarterback of all football.
They don't even admit it. Tell their friends. She's still gonna try something else.
Still gonna dip. That bitch went to the jiu-jitsu instructor and then wanted to get half just to find out all his assets was in his mama name. Perfect. Bitch. But that bitch, you ain't dodged not nail defensive end on any given Sunday. Ain't threw not one touchdown, but you wanted 150 million.
No concussions.
None.
They took no sacks.
None. You was taking some sacks.
Yeah, she took that jujitsu instructor sack.
Oh, right. At full guard. He had her in full guard. Right? So yeah, man, Tom Brady is arguably how much more decorated as a so-called man in this world can you get? And that's still what enough.
Yeah,
that bitch still stuck out.
What's Tom Brady about? 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah. He's arguably the best quarterback in NFL history. Arguably. And that still wasn't enough. Decorated Super Bowl champion. Like, come on, bro.
The richest nigga in the world.
The richest nigga in the so-called couldn't keep his bitch, man.
Because you can't please this bitch. Niggas just want to play another season. Bitch, he making more money out of it. You need to spend time with me.
No, that was her excuse because the whole time
She was fucking with
she was putting that dude in her guard.
Right.
Clearly her guard is, he taught her well. Because he couldn't get out her guard.
Judge Mathis,
Her guard was wrong as fuck.
Right.
Judge Mathis' wife just recently divorced him.
40 years. 40 years.
Yeah, you best believe she done filed for half on that TV
Oh,
money.
yeah.
You got an adulterous whole running for president.
You got a whole term, it's cheaper to keep her. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheaper to keep it. So accept her adultery. Accept her going out with other men, whatever. It's still cheaper to keep it. Come on, man. What kind of a king is going to allow that to happen? Let that be the standard.
Right.
Where they just throwing their hands up. Well, your lawyer is literally, well, I know what's right.
Right.
But it probably be just cheaper to keep it, just eat this thing. You know,
That's fucked up.
you know,
That's fucked up.
he got one too. Bring those up.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 7. For I would that all men were even as myself, but every man has his proper gift of Yahweh, one after this manner, and another after that. So I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them, that even if their body desire, but if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn. So to avoid all of these troubles, child support, kids, trouble in the flesh, the Apostle Paul said it would have been better if you would have been as me, as a spiritual unit, not deal with none of that.
That's pretty much how I'm living my life right now. I'm in straight buck.
Verse 27.
And I done turned down women. Literally, I done turned down a whole lot of women. I am straight up with money. Go ahead.
Verse 27. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosened from a wife? Seek not a wife.
So this saying, hey, if you got a wife, hey, seek not to be away from her.
But hey, if you ain't got a wife, don't seek a wife. Why? Because you're gonna, hey, especially if you're seeking it, man, you're gonna go through some of these things, man. Because you're gonna seek it and you're gonna find the wrong one, man. So yeah, that's why we have a variety. This woman, she can clean. This one, she can cook. Hey, we in Babylon, man. So we gotta take what we can take. But that adultery shit, we don't take that.
And but Paul said something. Hey, having a woman is a distraction from the Lord, man.
Exactly.
And that's why we said don't deal with it. You already got one. That's one wife is. That's already a distraction. I'm trying to be motherfuckers, trying to find a loving boy that spirit on you, but you can handle it and fucking your work for the Lord. Cool. Every man got his own thought. But at the same time, you don't need those distractions, man. The only woman you should be focused on is Sophia.
Yeah, that woman ain't Sophia. And that's the name of wisdom. That's the woman you should be trying to love on all the time. Because if you love on Sophia, the Lord gonna bless you with all the money you want, right? But He gonna bless you with that one woman until you get to all the rest of them, right? It ain't time for that, man. It really ain't. Literally, it's closing. You know, it's coming down. That you know, we've all seen that scene of the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Where Indiana Jones reached back to grab his hand, pull it through, then that door shut down. That's where we are, man. The Lord is closing the ark, man. Again, the door of mercy is starting to slowly come down, and it's gonna be a whole lot of Jake called on the other side, and a lot of these Jake are people who call themselves Israel.
Especially them of the circumcision.
Right, especially, man. So you got to be careful, man. You know, dealing with these camps that you know, that are teaching these wayward doctrines that don't match up precept upon precept. You know, we bring out a video and we give you 10 precepts to prove the point of some of the doctrine, and then you'll get the general now. That's not what we got a new general. Purple guys, they got a general too. So we got two generals in Israel. But it's in scripture at all. You ain't gonna find it within the scriptures where, you know, the most exalted general so did anything, right? But now that they got a general, this guy, we're going to a topic and use the scriptures for the growth, and he'll go into the scripture. Just add shit to it and take away shit and say, see, morons. And it's like, well, where's the precept? There's no precepts. Right? It tells us in Psalms, it's in 119 and 104, prove thy precepts so we can understand it. Right? So it's a real simple deal. If you're teaching or saying something, you have to be able to find other scriptures that line up with it and back it up. Right? Like what we started off with.
I was hoping you had asked a question earlier about what type of kids allow right? I was hoping one, it says a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. You asked the question earlier, what type of person would allow this in his kingdom? Well, it's the basest man of the earth, the base man of the earth running the world. So this is why you see these base things and these base behaviors, man.
Lowest life, wrong judgment, proceeded because we have a rulership. Hey, you're rewarded. A woman is rewarded basically for being a good child support, things of that nature.
Alimony, pensions, houses, cars.
I know somebody who just got a divorce deal, or he's going through a divorce proceeding right now, and he trying to get this shit finalized because of the fuck out behind no kids up and shit. But she holding the processes up, and she like, oh, I don't want to sell the house. And they said, well, if she doesn't want to sell the house, y'all can't finish this up until she decides what she want to do with the house. So he's stuck between the rock and the hard place. He ain't fucking with her or nothing. He ain't staying in the house and shit. But he can't sell the house because that was his wife. And can't finish the divorce, and like she say, well, I'm cool with selling my half. And it ain't her half, because he paid for the shit. Right.
Wow.
And she got one of his 401k accounts. A whole account, not half the account. The whole 401k account.
Man, boy, that shit wicked, bro. That shit wicked. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
That's a complete unrighteous creed.
Yeah, man.
Complete total unrighteous creed.
You just say she's supposed to leave with nothing.
She the one who decided to start the shit.
Exactly. That's why all you niggas talk about Western concept of marriage. Never enter a contract where the other party is rewarded for breaching.
Right, and exactly. And right. You got these 501c3 camps that push the Western marriage. They push the paperwork of marriage. And then try to go to the scriptures and twist it and say how we documented everything. Right? Documentation and paperwork and contractual law is not the same thing. We didn't have contractual law. You lying piece of shit. That's a general in his crew that push that and say that. Right? Don't try to make documentation of history contractual law. That's two different things. You lying piece of shit.
And we got the account of the Howard Shire's parents, man. That's the reason why that even happened. To prove that the documents in paper, they didn't make them married. You know, even Esau's love with the documents, he'll say, he's starting to change it now, but he'll say that once you consummate the marriage, you have to wait a period of time before you can even divorce. You know? Right. The only document was the token of the virginity. Yep. How shit.
Right, you can see them use that.
UK, these other camps is many. Understand, there are certain wicked marriages, certain wicked sects. Preaching, unrighteous preaching about marriage back then. All right? The same thing Paul talked about back then, we have going on today. And marriage is a simple matter.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 2. Speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Right, so they ain't going back. They stuck in that state of mind, man. Knowing damn well that's not marriage according to the law of the Lord. The Lord got a little trick there.
And a part of that hot iron, a lot of the things that we notice what these guys go back to relate to Christianity. Each and every time. Especially with these callers. It's something that's shit in their head that the Lord, they'll put that demon back on them. You know, it's like the one, the New Testament guy talking about that all demons getting saved. Right? It's the gang and the fruit of these false prophets. It says it's forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meat. You got
That's that Catholic shit. Forbidding to marriage. Right? They trying to say, you know, that's what the Catholics teach that once you become a father, you know, padre, you can't take on a wife. That's not in the scriptures. No. How can a man lead a congregation of people and teach other men about their wives when you don't have them? It's like you got zero experience for me to call you. That's like going to learn how to box from gals who never had a boxing match. You know, in theory, I've watched 500 boxing matches. Well, that's where you're a great fan. Right. But I don't think you're really, not a student to teach me. Right? Armchair quarterback. That's what a Catholic priest is. Because he knows nothing about dealing with the wife and the woman and children. That's why they always doing that freak shit. Pedo shit. You know? This is Psalm 12, verse 8. Actually, I'm starting verse 7. Verse 6, it says, the words of the Lord Yahweh are pure words as silver tried in the furnace, earth purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Lord Yahweh, thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever. And it's all like men also they keep this testament, man. Right? The Lord doesn't want this exposed to the wicked against people, man. You know, 2/3 of our people, they can't get this understanding. It says in verse 8, the wicked walk on every side when the violence men are exalted. That's how we know that this is the end, man. Right? Because of the, even people that are in high authority, this man's priests are wicked, man. You know, these priests are wicked. Hey, well, look at the people in authority.
It shows you the hypocrisy. Right? Which the whole nation is bound with. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 29:12. If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked.
How do you close it out when it's done?
That's just the precept.
I just hit the X.
All of them.
So I,
all their companies, they're all set up after the same manner, right? Fucking over the people. It's not a balanced economy. Right? Back then you had a barter system, trade, equal rates. But now, right, the system is so out of whack. You have hyperinflation, you got people working for wages, you got all this shit going on. Why? Because you have a wicked ruler in place. That's why it says all the people the earth plane.
And they're still trying to push their ways, even though their ways, somebody get to the Isaiah 10:1. They are righteous degrees. Their way of life is artificial. But yet they're still push things that are already proved to be failures.
Here's the book of Isaiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe to them that decree righteous decrees and right grievousness.
Right, who makes the laws? Last time I checked, it ain't us. Right? And who does the laws benefits? Especially when you get deep into certain, like insurance law, these certain worlds of law, it's not about. Jake don't know all the ins and outs. So guess what? That pen and paper you push, how the scriptures call it, that prescribes mischief by men. Right?
Prescribed by law.
Right. This
Somebody
is
can
power
grab it.
and law of justice.
Matter of
It ain't
fact,
just.
let me give you 2 examples of unrighteous decrees that are pushed through the failures. The whole education system. There's so many people that have gone on the internet, on YouTube and other venues, and told you how they just got to do it. They get all this debt, they're not that much smart. And they can't get jobs in the fields that they study. Right? Now it's come out that the average worker in America that works a regular 9 to 5 on average makes $20 an hour. Right? That's the average. It's not enough to live. It also has come out that the average college graduate makes $24 an hour. That's just $4 more. Right?
All that.
So what's the right? But yet they got anywhere from $100,000 to $500 in debt. And this is,
Well, that's if they went to a good one.
and I'm making $4 more than this person. He never went. You know, so that's good. That means that they're pushing that policy. And that's a failed policy. It's failed.
And that's if they find employment because most of these jobs, college graduates are overqualified. So Esau's not going to make you break labor laws at $24 an hour. All right, the $20 if you're willing to fucking bust your ass. That 24, that's if you're hired at 24 because most of these jobs are overqualified, which means that they know that they can't make me do certain things. So you're not gonna hire an employee that, well, I wasn't hired to do it. Well, they told me my job description says, so that's 24 if and when they're employed because they're overqualified. These are college graduates trying to get entry position jobs at regular companies because guess what? That fucking diploma is gonna be a fucking lighter.
That's evidence of a failed system. Right? Evidence of the policy being pushed. It's hard to be proven to be failed. And then what has it done? It hurts me.
Where are these highly educated black women replacing these Edomites? They're not. They're not. That's the point. They're not.
That's why they started saying now they got a lot of well, even high school, they have a lot of the professionals in those systems. They tell you like there's no point in going to college unless you
Pick up a
be
trade.
doctor, a lawyer, or whatever. Go take your ass to college school.
Yeah, exactly.
Go do HVAC.
You'll make more money. You can't believe it, man. They talk about you feel you can make 6 figures. You get in the right place a lot of day.
That's right.
You know. Right? You know. You can make money, man. Right?
STEM, science, tech, engineering, math. All right, those are the highest paid fields that are dominated by men. You know, the women don't want them. They don't want to work those jobs. It requires a lot of thinking, and it's very tedious.
You know what else too? And all these technical they get laid off and left and right.
Yep.
And they're gonna keep them. Google just let a bunch of people. Right? So these tech companies and these tech people were making big money, man. And they were living above and beyond their lifestyles, and now they don't have that money coming in.
That's the problem with America, right? Is that they live outside their means. America, because America gave you that can of that, and that there's gonna be a better tomorrow, right? Everybody has lived without their means. If you were making, what was that one nurse? Me and my husband make 3 figures, and I don't know how we're gonna make these 4 Jack's pizzas last $10. Bitch, cut them in half. That's not me.
Right, you gotta skip a meal or two.
They like shit. Jake forgave. Hey, Jake knows how to fast because sometimes there was no food. Hey, fasting wasn't a choice. What is that? He said, what'd you have for dinner? Hunger. Sleep up. There you go. Sleep for dinner. Sleep for dinner.
Left that shit off.
God, no.
And guess what? When you're hungry like that, you sleep. You heal.
Oh, you sleep in hell.
You actually heal.
It kills inflammation in your body.
And your urine turns dark because it takes away all the toxins. Man, Jake don't understand that, man. They're too busy trying to have a fucking diabetes drink every fucking 2-3 hours. That's why you're gonna lose your foot. These fucking people eat all this. They have zero balance in their diet. They don't know what cut sugar. They don't know what regular cut sugar. See, the brothers here, they know about the herbs. You can take some hibiscus with no sugar. And Instagram has a secret, but guess what he does? He does the same thing they do to the Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Not a couple of scoops. A fucking
House party.
a fine but right, man.
House party was, man.
And that's the thing. There's things that were native to the earth. Hibiscus, cucumbers look good, watermelon, all these things were good shit. The watermelon grind is as good as that honey. Almost as good. Almost. But have some of that rind, you won't need a pack. Maybe.
Yeah, no, you left some of that rind. You take some you take some ashwagandha and some watermelon rind. You will start.
Yeah, that ashwagandha. Ashwagandha. I take that every day.
Yeah, man.
But we wouldn't know this if it wasn't for the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Shah, man. You know? It's like, hey, man, we can go in whatever avenue, whatever arena you want to go in. We can step there, man. You know?
Because Sirach 33 teach you how to conduct yourself with your brothers and your kids. It says, give not power give not thy power to thy brother, thy sister, thy child. This is a book of how to conduct yourself as an Israelite. When you apart from it, no wonder everything's going to shit. Because in the law it tells you, it says, and when you do all these commandments, then it shall go well with thee. You don't know that that's the starting point, man. That fucking whole can't teach about, man, hey, you commit sin, but you don't talk about the mercy, because at the end of the day, we're still holding up the highest standard, which is perfection, and we're trying to reach that. And the only thing we are is perfect in understanding, because we have the mind of Yahweh Shai, man.
That's it. Right?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 38, and verse 4. It said, I'm going to start at 1.
That's what I'm about to say, y'all.
Shalom.
This is the book of
Shalom.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 38, verse 1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which he may have of him. For the Lord hath created him.
See, he gave you the breakdown. See, look, you know what he knows because the Lord created him. Keep going.
For of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king.
Hey, there's no say. When the Most High wants you to die, you don't die. Just ask Hezekiah. He asked the Lord for more time, and the Lord gave him more time. Only to fuck up. Go ahead.
It says, the skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration.
You're a mighty ass man, and you need a good physician. That sword ain't mightier than the fucking earth, baby.
That's why Dr. Sebi, he's so loved around the world, man, even after his death, man. Because hey, he was a cold ass physician.
Yeah, and you see a lot of Edomite doctors now jumping on the bandwagon and using a lot of the things that Dr. Sebi was talking about. Right? But while he was alive, they were trying that shit on him.
Exactly. Dr. Sebi, he got the game from an Israelite. All right, I believe an Aztec chief or medicine man took him right in the damn jungle. Said, pick that, and that.
And then stare at the moon for half a day.
Right. take 2 of those, throw me that more. You know? Come on, man.
But you know why? That's why when you get into planting and cultivating, or even get into the herbs and culinary, those jobs are very specific when you get into food science. Because what? It deals with the body, it deals with nutrients, it deals with energy, right? That's why the Lord set up positions. That's why the Lord said what he said about the year of Jubilee. The Lord knew about the the nutrients in the ground, right? Solomon knew what? The operations of the elements, the paths of animals, and so on and so on. Hey, tell you this, you take all the algae out of the damn ocean, I guarantee you everything is getting fucked up. A small little thing like that. All right, that's how cold the ecosystem is, man. The Lord set it up a perfect way. Yet, you got this man in rulership that's fucking it up.
I got it, buddy. This is 2 Chronicles 16:12. And Asa, in the 39th year of his reign, was diseased in his feet until his disease was exceeding great.
There you go. Who knows?
It says, yet in his disease he sought not Yahweh, but to the physicians. And Asa slept with his fathers and died in the 40th year of his reign. So you can have the physicians give you everything you need to cure, but it's up to Yahweh to cure you.
Yeah, so clearly he wasn't praying to the Lord. All right? Because again, the Lord left the stuff for us to heal, fasting and praying. All right? And he gave us the herb to heal ourselves, but he also told us to fast and pray. Pray being the most important.
Fasting at first, and then the things that I told you to eat up the flowers of the field, what is it, those are herbs, you know? And he said, I was came back up, and we don't hear, see the vision, he had felt weak, and he had felt ill, he got weak. So he said, eat these herbs to heal. Now, real quick, this is on Sirach, chapter 42, verse 17. Sirach 42:22. Oh, how desirable are all his works, and that the man may see even to a spark. All these things live and remain forever for all uses, and they are all obedient. So the Most High has designed a certain balance and an order for everything.
All obedient. All in line with one another. Right? And once that, like I said, you take the algae off the circuit, or too much salt, too much fresh water get put into the salt rock or the current, that changes everything, man. That's how cold the Lord is.
Right, well, Esau's constantly, when it comes to that seed in the ecosystem, right? He's constantly harvesting creatures of the water that the Lord created to be the natural filters. You know, SpongeBob and his crew. You know, everybody on SpongeBob is not to be eaten. Everybody on SpongeBob, all those characters are to be left down there, filtered to clean the water. All right, when you start hunting them and making delicate dishes out of them, all right, and you catch them thousands of tons of them every year, that means that they're not there to do their jobs. When big fish die and shit, and all of it floats to the bottom, it's not being decomposed the way it's supposed to, right? Not to mention all the chemicals that Esau put in it, right? So you're taking out the natural filters, man.
Hey, drop around with all the oil filters.
I was just about to say,
see how long you get around, man.
They showed you that in the Finding Nemo movie. They told the little crawfish, don't clean up. And he went into his little house, and the whole tank turned green. His job was to
Eat the algae. Right, there you go.
The whole tank turned green.
It's Sirach.
Sirach chapter 38 and verse 4. The Lord, Yahweh Basi Yahushai, hath created medicines out of the earth. And he that is wise will not abhor them. God was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof might be known? And he hath given men skill, that he might be honored in his marvelous works. With such doeth he heal men, and taketh away their pains. And that was verse 7. Yeah, and hey, like the men of the Lord going into, man, with the 144 on the bus, you know. Hey, Yahweh Shem says he's given this wisdom, this knowledge, he's giving these things unto the earth, man. You know, hey, but hey, you got these people out here, they don't acknowledge the Lord, man. Yahweh Shem made medicine to heal, man. All right, he kill and make alive, man. You know. Sirach 38 and 8. Of such doeth the apothecary make a confection, and of his works there is no end, and from him is peace over all the earth.
Thanks to the Lord, you know, left us a perfect place in paradise. And Esau, Edom was turned into him. He took total peace from the earth. He ruined paradise. What's that song? He ruined paradise and put up a parking lot. Was that Joni Mitchell, I believe, made that song? Right? Yeah, they ruined paradise and put up a parking lot. And that's typically what Esau Edom does. And I've seen them do it. Tear down beautiful things and put up garbage. Right? Concrete every day. Trying to replicate the caves. You know, these damn animals walking around on concrete. Big ass, you know, damn near 2-ton horse. Gotta carry his body around on this fucking concrete. With blinders on, he can't even look side to side. You gotta pull your red out. Shit, I might, in my kingdom, I might have Edom like put a horse.
Right? Sirach chapter 38, verse 9. My son, in thy sickness be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole.
What he read about, who was that? At Asa. He didn't do this part. He ran to the physician and forgot about your health. I mean,
verse 10, Sirach 38 and 10, leave off from sin, order thy hands aright.
So leave off from sin, man. You know, take your penis out of that other man's wife. You know, you don't have to eat those abominable foods.
You don't have to be a homo.
You don't have to do none of that.
There's a better way.
Right?
Sirach 38 and 10, leave off from sin, and order thy hands aright, and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness.
And it's amazing how, you know, the Lord will send us, we speak something, we say something, then the Lord immediately brings you an example.
Just walked past, man. He looked like a Zest version, man. Zest and Fields, man. Right. That was crazy, man. Like I said, man, their countenance, it bears witness, man. You know a sodomite, when you see one, you just look at him in the face, man. Chappelle, he called it the 80s gay face.
The 80s?
Right. You that gay with the testing line? Right. Check their ass out, man.
Why are you gay? Why?
The physician can't heal that.
You are gay. Just talking about what brothers are talking about far as medicines of the earth, how Esau came from everything. This is the book of Isaiah 29 and 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's plate, or shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing frame say of him that framed it, he had no understanding.
Yeah, that sounds about right, because Esau makes good evil like that. And he makes evil good. He makes bad. You know what I'm saying?
This is Isaiah 5.
Right? That's what he does, man. He twists every damn thing, man.
It's Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe to them that call evil good and good evil.
Yeah.
That put darkness for light and light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
Yeah, because this man will use his media to try to convince everybody that up is now down.
Yeah.
That the new down is now up. That's what it is. You know, you questioning science?
Right.
This guy's questioning science?
Science says, you know, studies
well, they
show.
do actually use real science, right? You know, you're experts in pseudoscience.
Fake science.
Science falsely so-called.
Hey, the belief in all of these different theories and doctrines, that's calling evil good, man. Because Yahweh Shai, he created the heavens and the earth. It wasn't no theory of this, it's not no millions of nothing, man. It's the word of Yahweh Shai.
They should write the work to get out of it. You know, that's why you have a lot of those alphabet people that are into Esau science, because it gives you the belief that, okay, this man, he can forgive my wickedness and allow me to do the same things that the Lord blesses the natural man.
Because they believe in evolution.
Right.
And evolution is an excuse to do wickedness. Exactly. It's an excuse. It is an excuse to go against the Lord's laws. And then if that were the case, why are people still not evolving?
Right.
All right. Why do people stop evolving? All right. Why are there still monkeys here? Right. All right.
I was gonna say, and even they little scientific so-called laws disprove themselves. I remember when I was a bio major back in college, and they were trying to prove to me how science has laws or whatever. And I was like, well, the law of thermodynamics cannot coexist with the Big Bang theory. She's like, what you mean? Well, you telling me that there was a particle over here and a particle over here just floating around chaotically. They ran into each other and we get all this order. When the second law of thermodynamics tells you what? Order cannot come from chaos. So y'all contradicting yourselves right now. She gave me an A for the class, I ain't have to come back.
This guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. And that's crazy, man. That's the spirit of God, Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah, you just ain't gonna, hey look, you just ain't gonna jump in the ring, start winning, and knock out a professional boxer. Come on, I'm just gonna win now. Come on. That nigga's gonna sidestep you, tear your body up. Right. And when he gets tired of you, he's just gonna catch you with a hook and show your ass. Right? Just stop winning it. No, man, you can't. You cannot, I agree with that 200%. You can't create something orderly out of something chaotic, which is why you know that Esau, the book of many, not his book of many, but his order after fail is going to fail. Right? We talked about that yesterday, about Dr. Malcolm in the movie, the first Jurassic Park movie. Now he was telling you you can't control chaos. Now everybody was moving with all this pseudoscience. They had recreated and made all these giant creatures and shit. But he was moving at them too. But then he's like, well, why'd you do it? You're not going to be able to control this shit. What happens when they get hurt, John? Right. What about that? Right. You know?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm trying to think this is their experiments as well, man. You know? The Moabites, they had that bad scientist type of mindset, just like Esau, man. The fuck, they want to recreate it.
That's the spirit. We said that yesterday. How out of all the nations, Moab is taking on the spirit of Esau. Trying to be like Esau. Bad fucking scientists. Them and right? Because when you watch the movies, big cartoons, they always got some more bugged out shit in their movies and cartoons, and them doing crazy ass scientific, experiments.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 14, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, the fool have said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that do it good.
Right, so the whole mindset of these wicked scientists of the New Age Smiths, it's how much further can we push ourselves to go beyond? They think they can go beyond the Most High. Whereas real science doesn't understand that the Most High gives us limits, and his works are far farther than what this devil can even accomplish. All right, the Lord gives us wisdom. He can give us the technology. All right, He can give us the money. Like what's that? The $1 million man. We have the technology and the money. Guess what? Spiritually, we have all of it with the Most High, man. He can make a poor man rich. He can make a foolish man unwise. Just by following him.
Right, and then they constantly, your hair constantly falls out in places.
Exactly.
So
So that's like this. So this we truly serve an all-knowing God, and basically that's what Esau wants to be. And you're never going to be that.
This is Isaiah 55 and 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, says Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Hey, so Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is higher than any one of us.
And I was gonna say, bro, it was one day I was in a parking garage. I want to say it was Mariano, and it had just thunderstormed, right? And they had these weird ass clouds outside, man. But it's like when you looked up, it was like you saw like the heavens, you saw the levels of this shit, man. And when I say the heavens are so high, like it's so fucking high, like this don't do it justice. The human eye can't see how high this shit really is, man. So when that scripture come out, he say, man, my thoughts are as high as the heavens. Like, bro, it's way above us, man. Like, the wisdom of Yahweh is unsearchable. That's why it says in Sirach, when you have started, then you doubt, or you just beginning, and then when you leave off, you doubt. You're like, wait a minute, damn. I think I left a stone unturned, man. All right? Because Esau has all the technology in the world. You still only see about 5% of the Earth ocean, man.
And every now and then, the Lord lets you see little miracles.
Little shit.
Just for you to build up your faith, your belief in your faith, and He'll let you see something. Yeah. All right? And I give you 2 examples. Like the sun is brightest over here to the west, because the sun sets in the west. Maybe about, it was probably in June. The sun was in the western sky going down. It was right before sundown. The sky was bright as fuck. But on this side, over the lake, one cloud was brighter than that entire side of the sky. Knowing that was a June. It was a weird cloud formation. It was brighter than the sun, than the sky on this side. You see it, the sun is bright as hell over there. The sun sets over there in the west. But that cloud was brighter than the sun. I'm like, what the? And I'm like, damn, and I'm looking at it, and I almost took a picture of it and put it in the me. I just kept on moving. And I was like, sometimes the Lord just lets you, yeah. I said, hey, damn, they just wanted you to see that. All right, last week, I walked on my damn dogs. All right, those of you who go see my Instagram page, out of nowhere, I found a leaf that got caught in like a whirlwind right in front of me, and it just kept spinning. It just kept spinning and spinning. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I said, shit, nigga. I thought, I was like, damn. And I caught maybe like the last 30 seconds of it. But before I even turned the camera on, I watched it for almost 2 minutes. All right, I'm like, what the? So the Lord does little things, man, just to remind us, all right, of who He is and His power, man. So,
He's about to do some big
He's about to do big things here in Babylon. That was the point.
I gotta put stuff on.
Bring it out, brother.
This is wisdom of something. That was Job chapter 12, verse 13. It says, with Him is wisdom and strength. He has counsel and understanding. Right, because this is like an ancient father who basically he knows every mistake and every solution to every problem in your life, man. He doesn't get old, forget, you know. How you see how you follow what's wrong as hell in his prime, but then, you know, as he gets older, some things, you know, you kind of a little off on, so you got to deal with him in his face. And Most High don't need that. Most High has wisdom and strength, right? And it says, and it doesn't fade. You know, I know I'm not the man I used to be. Right?
Still continue.
And you know, but I know what I used to be capable of, what I could. I know Pop's still the same. And it's a humble thing when you get up in age and you have this stuff in your head, your body just can't perform it. But see, we're entering into a time where none of that's going to be important, because the Lord is about to lift up that standard. Because the Lord is about to lift up the standard. And He said that the weakest among us will be as David was. And you know, I remember Jeffrey always talks about this one interview with Mike Tyson. Now he literally was in tears. just like, man, I feel like a bitch. Mike knew what he was capable of. But he also knows in his heart that I'm not that, I can't do that. You know? And I know what that feels like. You know? But the Lord gonna plead. Verse 14, it says, behold, he breaketh down and it cannot be built up again. He shut up a man and there could be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters and they dry up. Also he sendeth them out and they overturn the earth. So how do you think that the Lord is not going to be able to stop the seed like that? For those of you who lost faith and went back into the world, man. You just gave up. Fuck it, man. We ain't never going to get this man boot. You just going to accept that boot, you know, on your neck, man. It's like I told the brother today when he was in a bad position in that match. I said, you don't accept that. And literally a few seconds later, he was out that jam and had dude in the jam. All right, go ahead. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So, hey, the Most High, he made Esau even what he is, man. He made this guy what he is. Now you got you other Jake thinking that he can be saved, man. All right? You didn't bow it out because you were impatient. The Most High just set you up for the open door because you're deceived. Went back into the world, calling on Jesus, making videos against the very thing that they stood for. And now, and now you're going to die with the same scoffers you're standing with. Yeah, just because he sprinkled some sugar, you know, put a few candy sprinkles on it, right? All right, and some whipped creams. All right, it's still a shit, man. It's still puke. You went back to your throat, man. Like a damn dog. Bring it out.
This is the book of, just basically talking about. This is the book, for the individuals that move out into the world. This is the book of Hebrews 66. It says that they shall fall away to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucified to themselves the Son of Yahweh of flesh and put him to an open shame. And that's what these individuals do.
Yeah,
when they was enlightened with the truth and they go back into the world teaching, strange doctrines.
And then line themselves on people like vocab with apologies. Right. Dr. White, you a lot. Or you run to the Kemet is dead, man. Nobody believes in it.
Nobody believing in that shit, man. Just to land back off the brother, man. Like, the house shot died so he could loose those seals, so we could get the knowledge. Just for you to be a bitch ass nigga and go back to lies, man. Man, you think there's not a great condemnation that comes with that, man? You're crazy as fuck, man.
Yeah.
The ones that got engineers going out with their lust to those teachers, teaching them shit they want to hear. False prophecies.
The house shot, his blood was not spilled.
Give us something smooth.
This is the book of Hebrews 6 and 4. It says, for it is impossible for those who were once enlightened to have tasted of the heavenly gift and were made partakers of the Holy Spirit and have tasted the good word of Yahweh and the powers of the world to come. And if they shall fall away from the beginning to repentance, seeing they crucified to themselves the Son of Yahweh the flesh and put him to an open shame. Like, individuals that drop the plow, they shall be beaten in the fights. They're going to have more harsher punishment.
That's Isaiah 30 and 9. That is this, a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets prophesy unto us not right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. So they want to hear that purple garment. They want to hear General Purple. They want to hear General Do It in the Butt. They want to hear those guys. On the Shabbat, it's okay. Right. Smoke a piece of weed and pop your woman in the butt on the Shabbat. Which is much polygamy. Right. Them niggas. Go ahead, brother.
2 Timothy 4:3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
There it is.
That's the time we're living in now. 2/3, all these other philosophies and shit. It says, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. So
that some go into to what sounds good to them, the smooth things, right? I'm gonna read the next verse. 4, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. So they ain't gonna listen to the truth, but they gonna listen to some fable shit, some made up shit, some fairy tales.
They're gonna listen to shit that cannot be backed up by precepts or can't be condemned by precepts. Right.
Here's the book. Here's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some serve a powerful faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrine of devils.
So at a certain point in time, they was going to have the doctrine. Well, they was going to learn from the people that had the doctrine. And slowly but surely, they was going to start to turn from it and do their own thing. Timothy prophesied about it twice. Paul, read it to Timothy. Go ahead.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having the conscience seared with the hot iron.
Right. These niggas ain't coming back from that, man. Right? They stuck in that, man. That's how they move. Alright? Ain't no debate with them. Ain't no trying to go into the scriptures with them. They think they got it. So when the time comes, when they come from the, hey, can I get some of your oil that on TV? Go ahead. Name of the Lord. Nigga, go to the damn market, your damn self, man.
And the scripture says that the minute they not know.
Hey, you foolish virgins. Y'all ever seen Black Friday when all the people standing at the store trying to get in? That's how y'all can be trying to look for the oil. It's going to be gone. It's over with. The sale is over with.
Everything was free. Right. And we fucked up.
This is the book of Jude, chapter 1. And I start at verse 3. Jude 1 and 3. Beloved, when I give all diligence to write unto you of the time of salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that you should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints.
It said earnestly contend, man. So you gotta fight. You know, you gotta earnestly contend, and you have to really fight to be in this truth, man. It takes discipline, desire to put up your video, to learn the precepts, to eat the whole room, right? To come in out here, it's hot as fuck. Right now I'm uncomfortable as hell. Right? But I'm determined to do this work, get it out. Alright? Did the work yesterday and I'm out here again.
Read.
Right?
Jude 1 and 4. For there are certain men crept in unaware, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men.
You Koranites, man. Alright, go ahead.
Turning the grace of the Most High into lasciviousness and denying the only Lord power and our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
Yeah, man. You know, we take heaven. Right? It's hot as fuck out here. We saw the bombarded us and all that shit. There were so many chemtrails over Chicago yesterday. And you know, it takes about a day. All that shit. Then it's gonna rain and bring all the rest down. You know? So, hey, look, Lord gotta hurry up and come get us. There's gonna be no flesh nothing saying, right? Fuck around with Esau, right? You know, you had DNC was here yesterday, and there was Burke was telling a story about this high-level delegate of the DNC that was in from the West. In the club where he works, he was bouncing. And normally the club that he was in shuts down first, but it was stayed open. And I guess all three clubs right there together. But the one that he was in stayed open, and it was only him, Murph, the bartender staff, and his 5 Secret Service, FBI, whoever they are, his bodyguard. And word got out that he was in there. And all the white people, these were Edomites, coming up, like showing his picture. Is this the guy? Is this the guy? And it was like, fucking hate this guy. I mean, they all said the same thing. father was the governor of California. He was here for that DNC shit, right? And they got, that was the mindset that these white citizens had. They wanted to stone that dude, right? That fucking guy. They wanted to stone that dude. And all these white people kept showing up. Showing everybody fucking hate this guy. They want to kill us something. This is the things that they were saying. You know, and he's like, hey. You know, and then his boss said the same thing because his boss was trying to shut his clubs down. But that one was the one that shuts down first. But because Mr. I think Special was in there, you know, the Mexican was forcing them all to stay at work. And he's like, this motherfucker was supposed to be there early. He wasn't supposed to be there right now. And all this other shit. But he's like, I fucking hate that guy. His boss said it. Then he said, hey, well, you know what? Something's bad about African Americans. Because the Kennedys aren't supporting different. And I was like, boom! The light went off. The Kennedys are not endorsing the DNC. This shit is over. It's over. And that shows you, and the way all those white people came up, so-called, we know there's no such thing as white people. Right? These Edomites all said the same thing. They all wanted to kill that guy. Alright? These people are divided. Right? He already there. You got something too?
Revelation 6:4. And there went out another voice that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace on the earth.
Right, and one of the things that helps create peace and balance in the earth is the Holy Scriptures. But that guy, that motherfucker that they all hate, he's one of the main people coming against the Bible. He's trying to outlaw the Bible. As a matter of fact, he's already had some quotes. You can't read Leviticus 20 and 13 in public in the state of California. You could actually be brought up on charges or some shit. So if we ran down the streets, the camp, you know, they got it with camps up here. They have to speak in code when they read that damn street. Because if you get, you know, they can jam you up.
It says, which that red horse represents Esau. It says, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So Esau's the house of fighting. Yep.
And now they're finally to the point, Yahweh Bashanel shot the water. They're finally to the point where they're about to turn their swords on each other. See, they just put up all these swords for Jacob, and they really get ready to go to war with each other first. Jacob's just going to be the dumbasses in the background getting shut down because they're here. Right? Jake going to be the collateral damage. All the dumbass family shouldn't have been out in the streets. Go ahead.
Here's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 14.
We're going to wrap it up for this.
Woe to the world, and to them that dwell therein.
Started 14. Oh, you did say it.
For the sword and the destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, right, civil war. In invading one another, they shall not regard the kings.
And they're going to be reaching each other's house, attacking. Right?
Stacking on your ass.
Yeah, they're going to be breaching each other's shit tactically. Go ahead, brother.
They shall not regard the kings nor princes nor wants the governor of California. And all the portions of the actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to.
Right, because you're going to have multiple, you're going to have the amateurs out there, and then you got these guys that's trained for this shit. Right? They really know how to clear rooms. Right. They know their area of sports, right? When somebody get by, they already know what guy they do his job. They lose a man, that's because they know which guy they do their job. Go ahead.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. One, because of the nationwide lockdown, because of the empire. Verse 18, for because of the pride, the city shall be troubled.
And they keep talking about new variants, and they keep talking about new Band-Aids. How can you get a Band-Aid, a new Band-Aid for something that's not even out there? We know it's coming, but we got a Band-Aid just for it already. Go ahead.
The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. That thing is you know, the new variant and the Band-Aid, that's going to be another thing that causes so. You know, Trump and Trump got half the country, and they're already saying we'll not comply.
Yep.
Already.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's gonna get real bush wicked around this motherfucker. Very soon.
If you ain't seen the movie, I suggest you go watch it.
Going off, really, if you ain't seen bush wicked.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil all their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. There you go, man. All right, so it's gonna be little food out here. All the supply chains are gonna be cut off, and the people will unprepared. It's gonna be cannibalism, rape. I started rewatching Fear the Walking Dead, right? And I'm in season 2 now of the Fear the Walking Dead, and it's interesting watching because when you watch the regular Walking Dead, you know everything had already went down. You know you see in the Fear the Walking Dead you get to see when the city's fed and how people didn't know what the fuck was going on. And the people who realized that niggas is running, so I'm running too. And then the dumbasses that walk through things, wow, I see what stupid ass. Right, you know, you get to see the dynamics, man. Right? And the rule of law just breaks fucking down. Right? We got it.
Bombed out, man.
Damn.
All that damn Chinese food.
And he hit the nail on the head. We're still in agreement. Right? You still can actually go buy a bottle of food. It's all our food is taken. I tried to go get some chocolate before camp, dark chocolate. Magnesium to balance out all the piece I ate. Because the brothers need ass. Right? So went to have some victory pieces, so I said, shit, let me go get some magnesium, get my blood balance, and get my blood pressure. And every piece of dark chocolate had fucking soy in it. Every one of them. I checked 20 different. They had lots of dark chocolate. It was plenty of dark chocolate in there. But none of them didn't have, none of them was free of soy. Alright, and soy is the worst thing that a man can put in his body. One can eat soy all day long. There it is. Alright? Hey, so we need the Lord to come and smash this. Alright, so with that, man, we're going to give all praise, all honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Fakadash.
Paul Nasrallah.
Paul Nasrallah.
Bob for Ball.
Bob for Ball.